Heated rivalry, huh? This show has been so popular, so talked about recently. Let me just start off with saying this. To any family or friends who are watching this, I'm so sorry. Yes, I have watched this show. Don't worry, I skipped through those scenes, so nothing to worry about. But I'm kidding. I remember when the show was first popping up on my For You page, it was just like, I had no interest in watching the show. I was like, there's no reason for me to watch the show, especially with the accusations surrounding it. People saying it was basically just, I'm not going to say the word, but if you know anything about this show, you can probably guess to what I'm inferring, which is crazy because if you've seen Euphoria, it's basically like the same thing. If anything, I would say it's worse. I mean, yes, Euphoria also got its backlash when it came out for glamorizing a certain lifestyle. But let me just tell you, in my opinion, I think Euphoria was worse because you actually saw stuff there. But yeah, when I was first getting TikToks about it, I had like no interest in watching it. I don't know why. For some reason, I found myself one night buying an HBO subscription to watch this show, but I did. I was very shocked because if you've seen it, you will be shocked. I kept watching it. I remember when I was watching the show, there's like a scene, they're like in the locker room, and Connor and Hudson are, well, like Ilya and Shane, whatever you want to call them, they're in the gym and they're sitting across from each other. There's a smirk that Connor does, and I swear to God, this smirk made me think, one, it made me think that he was Russian. Two, it made me think that he was the actor from Stranger Things, the guy who played Alexei. And so I was watching the show. I was thinking, like, oh, this is the guy who played Alexei on Stranger Things. Turns out I was wrong. It was not the guy who played Alexei on Stranger Things. This might make a bad image out of me, but I remember when I was watching this, I was thinking about two things. First of all, I was thinking, like, I have no idea how people can film stuff like this and then still go back home and look at their family in their eyes. Like, I could never. And upon learning more about them, you find out that Hudson has no shame, no anxiety, like, no social anxiety. If anything, social anxiety is scared of him. He puts social anxiety in therapy. That guy does not care. I wish I had his sense of carefree and that courage that he has, because I don't. And I believe it would help me go very far if I did. I remember thinking that. And the second thing I remember thinking was, well, yes, these are two very good actors, but they're probably just two other well-known actors in Hollywood with connections and stuff. Little by little, I think by like small bits of interviews that I would see on TikTok, I came to find out that I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. It actually turns out that they were two normal guys who worked normal customer service jobs, being waiters or servers at restaurants to support themselves while they were chasing this dream of being actors. And that was crazy to me. I was like, wait, what? They're not two actors from Hollywood who have done more shows and more movies and who have tons of connections? They didn't. And this was really important to me because you don't see that often. You normally see the other version where it's like they're famous people who have been working in like that in like the film industry since they were kids. They're usually child actors, or they come from a family with like money and connections and stuff. And they didn't. I feel like this is a really weird position to be in. Oops. But they weren't. And that was crazy to me. Finding that out made me want to like follow them and find out more about them. Because you see, since I was little, like really little, 4 or 5, I had this vision of myself and where I just saw myself. when I was older. And I never really thought a lot about it, because I was like, I used to think that people who were famous were just born to be famous, and you were born into it. And if you weren't born into it, like, it just wasn't meant for you. While some would say that, yeah, that's part of how it works. Connor and Hudson's story would kind of defeat that. So, yeah. But it was crazy to me because I had this vision of myself, but I never really told anybody about it as a kid, because I'm like shy and embarrassed. I get embarrassed easily. And so I thought if I told people about this, I don't even know. I literally don't even know what I thought people would say. I just was embarrassed to tell people. So I never really mentioned it. And when I was around like 15 or 16, I decided to go after this dream of mine. And I had this whole plan and everything. And I knew what I was going to do, and I know how I was going to get there, and I knew how I was going to achieve it. And then I got hurt. And that ruined everything, because I had to put a hold on my dreams. And even though I got hurt, I couldn't let go of this vision of myself, and I kept thinking that maybe I could make it. As time went by and I wasn't able to start working towards my dreams, I was like, maybe I should just let this go, because I too want a job in the entertainment industry, and these industries are very competitive and hard to get into. Like, it can be hard to get into them because of how competitive they are, the experience, the connections, the money. It's difficult. It's challenging. So, even though I didn't want to let go of this dream of mine, I started thinking that maybe I should, because I was like, hey, you're about to be 19. You don't have any experience. You don't have any connections. What the hell are you thinking? You're thinking so unrealistically. How are you trying to compete with people who have experience since they were 5 years old, and you don't have any, or very minimal? And so I tried my best to let go of this vision I've had of myself, and it was hard, and I didn't really let go of it, because if I did let go of it, I wouldn't be here filming this. So I tried to let go of it. It didn't work out. When I found out that Connor and Hudson didn't start like I thought they were like child actors or something, and it turns out that they're not. Like, if they are, I can't find anything on them, but they're not child actors. They didn't start acting till they were out of high school. Like, I think Hudson might have not started doing auditions until after he graduated from college, and Connor started doing like auditions and stuff since he graduated, because he just went from like high school to working. So finding out that they like started on later in their lives, and they were still able to get to this level of success, was crazy. And finding out that they were two normal guys who worked normal jobs like I do, and they did that to support themselves while they were following their dreams, and they were actually able to make them work out, it was crazy. It was like crazy, because I can't even tell you for how long I've done this, but like, I would go on my computer and I would search up like my favorite like singers or artists or whatever, and I would be like, oh, how did they start doing this? Like, how did they start doing their art? Like, you would find out about like how they started doing it, and it turns out they started doing it when they were very young. And so that would like unmotivate me, and then I would be like, oh, how did they get their big break? Or like, how did they get signed here? Or like, how did this happen? And then you would find out that it was like, oh, well, they had like money. Oh, well, they had connections. Oh, it was something like that. And that would like unmotivate me. So when I found out that Connor Hudson weren't that, before the success of Heated Rivalry, they lived a pretty normal life that was pretty similar to mine. It was crazy, because they were what I was looking for so long. They were that hope that I was looking for. This is why I say that this show changed my life, because if it wasn't for this show and the success of this show, I wouldn't be where I am right now. Well, I could be wrong, and I really hope I'm not. These two gave me the hope that I was looking for so long. They made me get up and work towards my goal again, because they gave me that hope that if I try really hard and put in a lot of effort, it just could work out. I don't think that would have been possible if I didn't find out about them. I literally started making a plan again. I started dedicating time to practicing. I paid for lessons. I started like investigating stuff. I enrolled myself in school again for this certain art, because I wasn't gonna go to school for this art. I was thinking like, oh shoot, I have to go to school for something boring that I hate. And I was like, no, you know what, let me enroll myself in college again and go for this art, which to me is very scary, because I'm like scared to put money into this and it backfires. But we're not gonna think about that. We're gonna think it's gonna work out, because we're here to talk about the positive side, not the negative side. I wouldn't have done that if I wasn't able to relate to their stories. And yeah, it's crazy, because I didn't expect that show to impact my life. It was just a show that I ended up watching sort of like against my will, and it ended up playing an important role in my life, and that is crazy. I now have a sense of hope that I haven't had in a while, and it's thanks to them. Because, I mean, yeah, it did take them 6 years. It did take them lots of effort, lots of time. But look how far they made it. Like, Connor is literally the ambassador for Yves Saint Laurent. He was at the freaking Golden Globes rocking Tiffany and Co. Like, that is literally my dream, is to be rocking Tiffany and Co. That is crazy. And Hudson's out here walking runways, being on freaking he's not SNL, being on Jimmy Fallon, dude, that's also my dream. And like, Connor's about to go on SNL later in this month. Like, that is crazy. Those are literally my dreams. And they didn't let stuff stop them. I mean, yes, they probably heard certain stuff, but they kept going. It took them 6 years, but they didn't give up. They kept going towards these dreams. They kept working for them, and they made it. And if they were just two normal people who just really believed in themselves and really worked hard for this, and it worked out for them, then maybe we have a chance at this. We have a chance at our art working. That was very important for me to see that. In a way, yes, this show changed my life, and I really hope it positively changed it, and I really hope that these things I'm saying turn out to be true and turn out to be right, because I hope that in 6 years, or I don't know, hopefully less, but in how many years, I look back on this and I was like, hey, guess what? It did work out. You were right. It did work out. I really hope that's what the end result is. So, if anybody out there has ever had any thoughts like I did, where you were like, oh, I want to chase this dream of my art being successful, but you were like, oh, I can't do it because of this, I can't do it because of that, there's this reason and this reason and this reason, which I would be surprised, because for some reason I feel like I'm the only person out there in the world who wants to chase a dream that's impossible. But actually I'm wrong. I actually recently met somebody who was in the same position I am, and she's made it pretty far, so she also gave me hope. Just know that, since I'm not guaranteed, I have to say this, just know that there is hope for us. There is a good chunk of hope for us, and we should keep going. It's gonna take time, it's gonna take effort. It is, because anything good, anything that you really want, it takes effort, it takes dedication, it takes discipline, it takes a lot of trusting yourself and believing in yourself and not doubting yourself. Because, for example, like, look at Jacob. That guy had a budget of like $20 in maple syrup to make this show. And he freaking made this show. And he made the best freaking show of the year, probably. They had such a small, tiny little budget, and it was based on Canadian tax dollars. And he made an amazing show. He probably didn't think, oh, I can't make a great show because I have such a small budget. He probably thought, I have such a small budget, and I have to make the best freaking show I can with this small budget. And he did. And that is the type of mindset we have to have. At least I have to have, because I don't have that. And I need to have that type of mindset. If you want to chase an art, go for it. Do it. Doesn't matter if you're worried about it not working out. Just go after it, because you don't know what's going to happen. You literally don't know what's going to happen. And you might as well go for it. Because it's better to go for it and try. And give it a few years, because it's not going to happen overnight. Like, not even Connor and Hudson, who, like, people, they're like, oh, like, you guys blew up overnight. Like, you guys had success overnight. No, they didn't. Yes, they had rapid success overnight after the show came out. But they didn't have rapid success because they've been doing this for 6 years. For 6 years, they haven't seen success. I mean, Connor was on Joker, and you would probably think that from that role, he would be, like, successful, and it didn't work out, which is crazy because you would assume that would give him his big break, and it didn't. And so it wasn't rapid success. It was rapid success after the show came out. So give it time, give it a few years, give it a lot of effort, give it a lot of time, give it a lot of dedication, give it the dedication it needs, the effort, the time it deserves. And yeah, put in the work, because it's gonna take work. But hey, it might just work out. Talking about this is very vulnerable for me, because so many people could see this. This could even be watched by people I know, and that would be, that would, like, send my anxiety so high, and my sense of embarrassment even higher. But I don't care. I think it was important I talked about this. I actually meant to talk about this somewhere. If it wasn't for this show, I wouldn't be talking about this, and I wouldn't have this mindset. So I felt like it was important to talk about it. I do want to give credit where credit is given, because even though I had the idea to film this, I didn't really have the courage to do it. And if it wasn't for this video that stumbled on my YouTube homepage about like 3 nights ago, I also probably wouldn't be filming this video. So thank you to this guy. You guys should go check it out. His video popped up on my page. When I saw this video, I was kind of mad at first, because I was like, I can't believe somebody beat me to my idea. But also I was really happy that somebody else felt the same way I did about this show, about how it wasn't just a show to us, it actually played a role in our life. So thank you for giving me the courage to film this and want to put this out there. And thank you to everybody who watched this. And I do hope that in the end it works out for us. I think I'm going to end it off there. Yeah. Thank you.